Ziggity Zig, back with more Tales from the Ladder, and this is a game that I found. I sometimes troll Reddit, and I actually went looking for replays, and I found this one, and it happens to be a Zerg one. This is one that was posted to Reddit by Psychorian over here, and he's going up against Megascooter, so it's a Zerg versus Protoss on Daybreak. I had to, yeah, still glancing down over there. I am so glad they put this in, otherwise it would be me saying, oh, it's that one with the ramps and, yeah, little beam-in squares here, the Energon cubes. It's the Energon cube map. They all have Energon cubes. You are an idiot. So Megascooter and Psychorian over here, and we'll just have a look here. I'm trying to remember what this game was described as, but honestly, finding replays is kind of tricky. If you don't want to find professional replays, just, looking for dudes who are just kind of, hey, here's a game I played, and sometimes you see ones that are, oh, what am I doing wrong, or oh, is my APM too slow, but occasionally you see ones and they're described as something like, oh, here's a really fun game I played. Like, example, we saw that one about 2 weeks ago, which was just called Fun DT1, and oh my god, fun! Woo! We had a fun time casting that one, I would have to say. We, he said, because you were all there casting it with me, because I do these things live. No, I actually don't. Don't try to find me. I'm elusive, like an Abraham Lincoln sculpture. They're really hard to find. Don't judge me. Anyway, so we've got Psychorian down here on the bottom left, and he's just trying to do a basic scout out here with the two overlords, getting set to be ready to expand just down there, because chances are we do see, yeah, your basic, about 14 supply-ish. Spawning pool. 13, 14 is pretty basic. We're not going to see any kind of crazy cheese here, but we do see the one gas. So sometimes Protoss, I think one gas expand is still pretty good for Zerg, but you have to hold it kind of strongly. There's a basic one gas because you... Did I say gas or gateway? Anyway, what I meant was one gateway expand. No, we're going to hold on to the one base just for the time being with the cybernetics core, because that's just telling you. But we have 300 minerals down here for Psychorian, so the two base against the one base Protoss is actually going to work out quite well. So no fast expand from Megascooter, which is odd, because going up against Zerg, you want to stay one base ahead, because that is pretty much your advantage. Does have a Zealot on its way out, so really, having not scouted a thing, I mean, how do you know there's not a whole bunch of Zerglings on their way right now? But, there we go. Okay, so we have a Zealot, so luckily, there's no gap that Zerglings can get by, and this Zealot is going to just, be present right there on the board. Psychorian needs to have a quick pee party. Pooty party. That's what he's saying. Pooty party. You bring the pooty, and we will thank you for bringing the pooty. Seriously, go watch Picnic Face videos, and you will understand near 100% of what we are talking about. So this expansion is going pretty well, getting double gas at the same time. Probably want to look at your two Evo chambers, or at least one Evo chamber right now for a few upgrades. I don't see... Do I see speed? No, I see the second hatchery. I don't see... Is speed done? Speed's done. I'm an idiot. I wasn't paying attention to that part. But Psychorian is getting in place here for a really nice view at checking out when the expansion is actually going to happen without being too vulnerable there. Because then at this way, if two stalkers come down the hill and try to shoot at him, he can just fly off into space. That's my defense for everything. Oh, don't know how to answer that question? Fly off into space. Ooh, don't have enough money to pay your phone bill? Fly off into space. So 3 gate at the... Oh no, 2 gate Stargate. That's kind of curious. Oh, now I remember what this game was called. Ha ha ha! This game was called Lots of Void Rays, I think. Or it was just kind of described as being, yeah, so there were some Void Rays in this game. I assume they're going to come out of the Stargate, because really if you try to have Void Rays come out of the Gateway, they were polishing off at the 4 gate, still just on one base. So 4 gate Stargate, this seems viable. Psychorian is going to want to worry about being a little bit supply blocked at the moment, but I'm sure he's got... Ooh, that's a bit late for the Overload. And he gets 2? No. Just the one at the same time. I thought he was kind of overcompensating for a moment there, but no, not so much the case. There we go. So now we've got a force field, which will keep out all of these speedlings that will not be coming in anytime soon. We got the macro hatch, though. I'm really excited about the macro hatch. I always enjoy seeing that. Got a queen on both bases. Just working on the income gap right now. Both have the same number of harvesters, actually, at the moment, but it's just sort of... It's, yeah, it's kind of even at the moment. We're at 34 EPM, just to check on these things. There is, oh, actually Oracle. Alright, so we're going to have Oracle harass, just as an opener. There's the Warp Gate is finishing, and here are, just the pretty standard units, so hoping to quell any kind of push by Psychorian. Megascooter is. I talk in fragmented sentences that are anachronistic, but these, this Oracle is going to make its way down here, and it's going to, A, spot the Roach Warren, B, move in and kill stuff? Move in and kill stuff. You're going to move in and kill stuff, right? Oracle versus Queen, who wins? I think Oracle does, but occasionally you want to have, say, 2. But he's not really going to worry too much about that, because there it is, and he boosts that. This Queen is going to... Oh, wow, yeah. Queen versus Oracle. Single Queen certainly dies. There are no further... Now, there is 1 Queen there, and that Queen might be able to polish him off. 5 kills, not bad, plus time lost on harvesting or mineral gains, but now Psychorian is actually up to much further harvesters and is working on not quite as much gas as, well, actually about approximately, no, on 2 bases is getting less gas than Megascooter, and still only has just a couple of units right now, so Megascooter is definitely in a bit of a positive state right here. Megascooter now taking a comfortable second, so on the backs of most of these. Not really too concerned about the air unit upgrades, I suppose, but then again, at this early stage of the game, sort of at the before the 10-minute mark, you're not worried about too many upgrades. A +1 on weapons would be alright. I'm not quite sure why he went with the... Oh, gonna get +1/+1. Fair enough. Call me a liar, but he does still have... So these are actually, yeah, you want to warp in a few more units here. I mean, you did go in and look to see what was going on, and you did realize that perhaps you're pretty far ahead. Here's this Oracle once again, getting 1 more kill. I can math and do count things, but up against this one... So yeah, Psychorian was able to replenish his Queen supply, which is awesome. I should really pay more attention to Psychorian. I just know more about Protoss, even though I don't know more about anything. Psychorian does have a good Overlord spread, just at making sure that he's ready to expand out to other places. And here is Psychorian's Overlord is getting spotted. And so now, really, Stalkers, you wanna come down and just kill this Overlord? Just in case? Just in case you think it might be handy for your opponent to have less supply to make more units, since you don't really seem to be all that excited about making units. Here is a... Oh, yeah, there we go. So we got the first Void Ray on its way out here. So I really like Psychorian's placement here, so he kind of knows what's going on. He knows where Megascooter's base is. Just moving in and having a quick peek at things might be a good idea. Here's this. So we got Void Ray, Oracle, and just a number of gateway units, but sadly, in behind this, now that the economy of Psychorian is really starting to kick in, he's able to start generating a number of things, and really, Psychorian could take this 3rd base and still have the macro hatch and still be able to get out a number of units, because these queens, he is keeping pretty well on top of... larva, not creep spread, but larva. There's the double evolution chamber, and the spore crawler in each of the mineral lines, which is pretty cool. It's a good way of protecting yourself against any further oracle. So you didn't get attacked with 1 oracle, so occasionally it comes back with 2 oracles, but really what could solve that is having a little bit of a scout! No kind of scout in over here, so really you'd probably want to turn you into an overseer, because right here, from this perspective, you can just toss in a... And this one as well, you can just toss in a quick changeling and get a really good read on what's going on. So Psychorian not really taking advantage of many of the scouting options that he's got, but doing a really good job in maintaining and building this army, because now, yeah, there we go. So sadly, these guys didn't appear to be... No, this one isn't set up to rally this 3rd hatch. Not taking the 3rd base quite just yet, but here is... The army supply is a little bit ahead right now for Psychorian. Megascooter is getting, yeah, so it's pretty much just Void Ray. Gonna go YOLO Void Ray, which up against Zergling Roach is not gonna go too well for Psychorian. He does have the upgrades. He does have, there's a Hydralisk Den, so perhaps Hydralisks are on the way there. Yeah, we got 4 on the way on the production tab. Meanwhile, I don't think that many. You probably want more than that to go up against this kind of composition, but these Voiders will take a long time focusing down anything, and so really the ground army will be more than enough to just crash through these gateway units here. And we still only see things like, okay, we got a Twilight Council and still just more Void Rays right now for Megascooter, who is starting to get a little bit hindered by not taking, oh my god, if you're doing a 4-gate Stargate, you really need to, as soon as you take that 2nd base, how could they not be done by the time this this Nexus was done? These should have been in place first, because really, if you look at the income tab, the gas is ahead for Psychorian, and he's only just taking a 3rd right now. So really, I think what Megascooter is going to see is that with this amount of gas, he could have had a lot more on on the field right now. But that is a goodly amount, as his army supply has taken off once more. But now, I think what's going to happen here is this Oracle is going to get knocked out by... Nope, not really too worried about that. So the Oracle's going to come back and around, and that is a good plan to not chase that by Psychorian. And now he's just trying to figure out what to do, because actually Megascooter got a really good look at that particular army, and now he pretty much knows that he's going to have a good chance against it. Luckily, got really lucky. He's going to get a good pick off there, but the Oracle is gone. Megascooter just kind of got really unlucky of where he was moving his units back. Psychorian just trying to get in a really good position to come down in here and engage and be in a great position to move in. He's going to move in with a couple of these speedlings, going to take the Zelnaga Tower and kind of figure out where exactly he's going. Does see that there's nothing, no fourth base down here, so no fourth, so hopefully that he just has 3 bases. Did manage to get a bit of a scout up here with the Overlord that kind of ran through the spot there, but now there's the Dark Shrine on the way for Megascooter. Gillial reconstruction, I don't see anything insofar as... So we know he's got some air troops, but still no spire. I'm kind of surprised about that, to not see a spire here, but he does take out these rocks so that these units can move up and not get bottlenecked, because even though he doesn't really know... Even though Psychorian doesn't know where Megascooter's army is, what are we at here? We're at 1-1. +2/+2 is on the way for Psychorian. +2, 2-2, and there's 1+1 weapons right now, so more roaches. We got a number of Hydralisks, but I'm not sure. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here, because they both have +1. Hopefully, he just needs to get a really good... Oh dear, he's running it just a little bit too fast. He could have waited just a tiny amount there, and the force field is going to separate these units. A few of the Hydralisks are stuck in the back, but I'm hoping that the Hydralisks are going to try to make their way to the front. The roaches and the Zerglings did completely eviscerate this ground army right here, but the number of Hydralisks right now, you can kind of count on the one hand, and yes, that is bad news bears right there, but these roaches are tough enough that you have to take them out one by one with these Void Rays, and it's not going to quite be enough, so they are going to get quite a lot of... Hydralisks are actually god-awful. I was really excited there. That the ground army was going to come in here and just destroy this, but I think, yeah, even with this amount of roaches, it was a good amount of roaches, but I think switch the other way, and maybe with a bit better of an engage at the end there, Psychorian would have had a slightly better chance of winning, if not just kind of evening out that particular exchange. And also, he thought that he was only going up against an Oracle, but you kind of have to expect a bit more than that and have more than just Hydralisk, unless you're going to pump them up with a bit more armor. Leave me a comment down below, send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com. You can send me a funny, humorous, ludicrous, or, yeah, red man. I was into ludicrous. Replay, and I will cast it over here on Tales from the Ladder. Stay tuned.